Hi Pisces, welcome to July. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a new moon in Cancer on the 9th, which is favorable to your sign. And then we have a full moon in Aquarius on the 23rd. Venus and Mars come together in Leo this month. And at the beginning of the month we have a little tension with Mars opposing Saturn and squaring Uranus. Venus will also do that, but and that's going to be happening in your 6th, 12th, and 3rd houses. But let's see what the cards say for Pisces in terms of relationships. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of July 2020? What is coming up for Pisces in July 2021? What is coming up for Pisces, July 2021? What does Pisces need to know? Okay, let's see. The Two of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Chariot, the Strength card, and the card at the bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles. So you're starting the month out on the fence, trying to make a decision. The Two of Swords energy is someone, like, you have to make a decision, but you can't see the future, and you don't know, it's like, I don't know what to decide, so I'm just going to not decide anything. I'm just going to... And sometimes this comes up if you've had a falling out with someone, and you're not communicating. You're in a relationship, like you might be interested in someone, but you're not communicating, and you're waiting for the other person to reach out. So you're waiting for them to reach out, they're waiting for you to reach out, and nobody's reaching out. So you're having a stalemate. That's the Two of Swords. And it's crossed by the Page of Swords. So there might be something, maybe you're afraid, like you don't know how to begin. You don't know. Because the Page of Swords is a difficult conversation. So you may want to reach out, but you're not sure how to approach it, or you're not sure how to communicate. Sometimes the Page of Swords can mean you have to have a difficult conversation with someone. Or it could also mean gossip or spying. So maybe you're hearing things and you're not sure what the truth is. If you're hearing stories with the Page of Swords, I would go to the source. I wouldn't believe. You have to go deeper with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is saying, check deeper. Go beneath the surface. Don't just go by what you see on the surface. Don't take hearsay don't take things too personal. Go to hear it from the source. So if you're hearing gossip about someone, it may not be true. The other thing is, the Page of Swords is also about checking someone out. So either you're checking someone out or they're checking you out. And you might be checking each other out and nobody's doing anything. So because you have this Two of Cups here. And the Two of Cups is a soulmate connection. You have the potential to make a connection with someone, but you're not moving. You're not taking action. You've got this Four of Cups in the recent past. So it's like you're bored with your current situation. You're feeling unappreciated. You're feeling like, nobody cares, nobody values me, or, I'm not being valued. And you're starting to think, well, maybe I should look and see what else is out there. Maybe I should check out what my options are. And love is coming in with this cup. There's a cup being offered to you. but you're not accepted, or maybe someone has offered you a cup, of love in the past, in the recent past, but you're not accepting it. You're like, I don't know if I want it. I'm not really happy with my life right now, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to accept this cup of love. So that's why you're on the fence. And maybe you feel like you need to check this person out a little bit more before you make your decision. I don't know. Because the Page of Swords is about checking things out carefully, looking beneath the surface, looking at all the details. And it's also about careful communication. Choosing your words carefully. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So maybe you just want everything to be perfect and you're just not sure how to go about it. You have the King of Pentacles here, so you could be dealing with an earth sign, or you're looking for someone who's stable and solid. The king could be someone. The King of Pentacles is someone who he works, and it could be he or she. He cares about material things. He wants to provide for his family, the people he loves. He's very down to earth, very reliable. He may not be the most exciting person, but if you need someone in a pinch, he's there for you. He's got your back. Could also represent an entrepreneur, or going to someone, like someone who makes money or deals with money, deals with land. He may be a landowner, deal with real estate. He might even be an entrepreneur, like someone who wants to start his own business, or an accountant. All of these things relate to the King of Pentacles. And you have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups coming up here. So a message is coming in. If you have this Page of Cups, that's a message of love. Sometimes it could be a child. Pages can sometimes be children. So if they're children, you could be involved with someone that has children, and maybe one of those kids is a troublemaker. One is very sensitive. Pisces. The Page of Cups is very romantic, very sensitive, very artistic. And the Page of Swords is that kid that's, putting tacks on little girl seats. Just someone who puts a frog in your bed. They're just a little bit more mischievous. So you could be having issues around children, or with somebody's children. Maybe even your own children. Coming up in the future, you have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands energy could be a fire sign. So you could be dealing with fire or earth or water. Actually, you've got all air, you've got all the signs here. But the energy of the Queen of Wands is about the Queen goes after what she wants. She's a leader. If she sees someone that she's interested in, she's going after it. So it could be saying, like, if you want something to happen, you have to get off the fence and take action. And if you're interested in someone, you need to communicate and take action. Go after what you want. You can't just sit around waiting for things to fall in your lap. You have the Seven of Swords here in your negative thinking sector. So the Seven of Swords energy, that's like the thief energy, or the sweeping things under the rug, like not wanting to face things energy. Maybe you feel that what you want belongs to somebody else, and you're afraid to take it. Like you're thinking, well, I don't know, does this belong to me? Or you could be avoiding your feelings about this person. You could be feeling like, I don't want to deal with my feelings. I don't know if I really want to face the truth about this relationship or how I feel. Maybe you're not ready to take action because you're not ready to follow through on the situation. Now, your environment, you've got the Eight of Swords. That's a feeling of being trapped, being stuck. Like you feel like, I want to move out of this stuck place, but I can't. I'm afraid. But really nothing, you feel imprisoned. Like, I can't take action. I can't. Maybe, what are people going to say? Gossip. Maybe you're worried, like, if I take action, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? With the Eight of Swords, the only thing that's holding you back is you, your fears. You're just afraid to break free and to move on and to go after what you want. The Chariot is here. The Chariot's in your wish fulfillment sector. The Chariot is about movement. It's about making a decision, being focused, going for what you want. You might be very scattered right now. Maybe you're like, I don't know what I want. Yeah, I've got different options, but I really don't know what I want. And that's holding you back. So the Chariot says, you can't let you have to be in control. You have to get rid of the distractions. You can't be everywhere. You can't be all things to all people. You have to figure out what is it that really is important to me. Because you only have so much energy in a day. You only have so many hours in a day. The Chariot is saying you can have what you want if you are disciplined and focused about it. If you just, this is what I want, and I'm going to stop at nothing till I get it, and I'm not going to be distracted by other options. So you have to really choose what is important to me. And the Two of Swords also is about being vulnerable, dropping your guard, and having an honest communication with someone. Maybe you need to tell someone how you feel and be vulnerable instead of having the wall up. And just say, look, this is what I need, this is what I want. And with that opening up, even if it's a difficult conversation and it might be out of your comfort zone, it can lead to a positive outcome because you're taking action. You're acting like the Queen of Wands. And it will lead to security with this King of Pentacles. The final outcome is the Strength card. So someone in this situation is having a problem with their emotions, going to extremes. The Strength is about controlling your animal nature, controlling the reactive part of you, not going to extremes of emotion, extremes of anger, extremes of sadness, learning how to control your anger, not being reactive, learning how to express yourself in a healthy way, learning how to get your needs met in a healthy way. So if that's not you, it could be someone you're dealing with. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's very volatile, someone who gets angry at the drop of a hat, and they're like, blah, 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 and you're walking on eggshells around them. It's possible that if you could be in a relationship that needs some kind of counseling. And you have a Lion on here, it could be you're dealing with a Leo who's been wounded. Because you see on this card, the girl she's holding the lion's paw and she's taking a thorn out of his paw. And this lion is very powerful. He could eat her alive, he could destroy her. But she chose to help him. She chose to help him heal. And he's very grateful. And so he may roar, but he's not going to scratch. And if he does, she could get hurt with this lion because he's got the power. So you might be dealing with someone that you're afraid that they could really hurt you and you're not sure how to handle them. If you're dealing with someone who's volatile, now if someone's really violent, you need to just run. Don't walk, just run away. You don't want to deal with someone who's abusive. But if it's someone who just has some issues that they need to work out with a counselor, learning how to express themselves, not being cutting or, putting like verbally abusive, maybe they have a lot of anger issues they just need to resolve, then counseling could help. So I feel like you can salvage something. You could be like supportive to this person, but they're going to need counseling because the Strength card comes up when someone is going through psychological issues that may require a professional, If that's not the case, then maybe it's your own healing. You're just learning how to self-control. You're learning how to not overreact to things and to learn how to get what you need through kindness, through loving kindness. But you have the Two of Cups here, so I feel like if there's been a falling out in a relationship, you can heal it. It doesn't have to end, but you do have to communicate, and you do have to talk about your feelings, and get help if you need it. It doesn't have to be a situation. Especially if you're feeling undervalued or underappreciated, you need to talk about it. What can we do to make me feel more valued? So that's where you're at. You're kind of on the fence. Maybe you're on the fence about should I stay or should I go? But I feel like messages are coming in. The Page of Cups wants to communicate love. But I feel like there's woundedness that's preventing that from happening. And so for some of you, you may just need to gather up the courage to talk about what's wrong and create some kind of healing. For others, you may need to gather up the courage to walk away because you realize, I can't fix this. So that's where you're at by the cards. Let's see what the astrology is saying. So we begin the month with this Mars opposite Saturn. Mars in Leo, opposite Saturn in Aquarius, squaring Uranus in Taurus. And this is in your 6th and 12th house. So there's psychological issues here. Issues around health. And Uranus wants to free you. Because Saturn in the 12th house, it's a karmic situation. It's your baggage. 12th house is things you sweep under the rug and you don't want to deal with them. You don't want to take responsibility. You want to look at that. But you have to go and dig and get at those. Where am I holding myself back? What am I suppressing that I need to deal with? Mars can help you heal. Mars in the 6th house it's time to take action toward healing. It's time to deal with whatever you've been repressing. And it's time to try, like Uranus in the 3rd house is about something that frees you through communication. The 3rd house is the house of communication. So you have to speak up about something. That's going to help you become free of this thing that you've been carrying. The 3rd house relates to immediate family, relatives. So it could be someone that you're, like your brother or sister or cousin or aunt or uncle. Maybe you have to speak up about something. And you need to be free from some family karma or some family issue that you've been carrying with, for a long time. Venus eventually is going to be in Leo also. So as Venus moves into Leo and connects with Mars, there could be an opportunity for love. So Mars can bring, Mars in the 7th, wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is. That's where your anger is, your action. So Mars can bring anger, where you finally speak up and you fight about what you need. But it can also mean taking action. Like, okay, I've kept my mouth shut, now I'm going to speak up. I'm going to talk. But with Venus there, Venus can help smooth over the rough edges. So Venus and Mars are coming together on the 13th. And that's like an opportunity for love, especially in the 7th house. You could bring peace to a relationship. You could bring healing to a relationship. But, it's in Leo. So there could be some dramatic displays, some drama around this love. Maybe your partner is very dramatic. Your partner could be like the lion roaring, But it's a good thing because at least it's getting things out in the open where you can talk about it. So this new moon in Cancer, okay, it's in your 5th house. That's the house of children, love, friendship, well, not friendship, romance, everything you do for fun, for pleasure, creativity, creative self-expression. So you have an opportunity to have, if you're not in a relationship, there could be one on the horizon, in the wings. You could have a relationship at this new moon in Cancer. And the new moon is sextile Uranus in the 3rd house. So there could be some unexpected communication coming in. We have this opportunity. Now, a sextile is a positive aspect, but the way to get the benefit of it, you have to take action. It's not going to just drop in your lap like a trine. Trine energy, it's like karmic reward. You don't have to do anything. It's easy. But you may sleep through it. But with a sextile, the opportunity is there, but if you don't take it, you're going to lose it. So you may need to speak up. The 3rd house. If you want things to change in your life, you need to communicate. You need to reach out. Mars and Venus, actually they're coming together in Leo in your 6th house. So when Venus goes into the 6th house, there could be a love relationship that comes through work, the work that you do, your local environment. In any case, Venus in the 6th, if you've been having problems with people at work, maybe you've been fighting at work, there's been competition. Venus in the 6th brings more harmony and healing. So things will, the ruffled, the tension that you have at the beginning of the month is going to eventually get better as Venus, when Venus connects with Mars, you may come to some kind of solution or resolution. Things might be more harmonious. Neptune is in the first house, your first house. And with this new moon in the fifth, it's trining Neptune. So this new beginning that's happening around the ninth, it can help you to manifest a dream. It can be a positive thing. Neptune is like, you might be even a little bit idealistic over this new beginning. But it brings, Neptune rules spirituality, Neptune rules art, music, romance. So if you meet someone new, or you start something new in a relationship this month, it's going to be very romantic. Chiron is in Aries, it's going through your second house of money and values, self-esteem. It's going retrograde on the 15th. So you may have to have some wounds around self-esteem, self-worth. What do I value? Am I getting paid enough? Am I doing all the giving and not getting enough back? So you have to heal some wounds about receiving. Am I worthy to receive? Maybe you feel like I'm not worthy or I don't deserve, so you need to work on that. You are worthy. You deserve love and you deserve money and abundance just like everyone else. So work on that because that could be blocking the love from coming in. Then we have the full moon in Aquarius, and that's in your 12th house, and the sun is in your 6th house. At the full moon, now Venus was in Leo in your 6th house. It's going to be moving into the 7th by this full moon. It's moving into Virgo. When Venus crosses your descendant into the 7th house, that can bring love. It can be a romantic relationship. And Jupiter's in your 1st house in Pisces. It's retrograding. It's going to go back into Aquarius. But while Jupiter is in Pisces, it's bringing you abundance and luck. And when it opposes Venus in the 7th, there could be a romance. There could be a relationship. Or if it's not a new relationship, it could bring greater harmony to a current relationship. So you could work out some difficulties around this full moon. And the full moon usually brings things to the surface, brings things to light. So if there's any kind of health issue that you've been avoiding, you're going to see, okay, this is what I need to do. Maybe you need to start a new health regimen. Or maybe you finally figure out if you're not feeling good, what's wrong. Or if it's a psychological issue, you find a solution. If it's a work-related thing, something is completing. Maybe you're completing a work project. But Jupiter and Venus are going to bring you some love and abundance. But maybe you might be tied up with a work thing and you may not be able to enjoy it as much. Then you have Mercury in the 5th house and another communication planet opposing Pluto in the 11th. So your friendships are changing. You might get a message, or you might either receive a message or give a message. With Pluto in the 11th, there could be powerful communication between your friendships, or a powerful message can lead to romance or creativity. But you have to choose your words carefully, because Mercury opposite Pluto, the feelings are very intense and the communication is very intense. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You don't want to scare someone off. Maybe you've been holding on to something, holding on to your feelings, and then when you finally get a chance to speak, you go over the top, so you want to watch that. Don't get too crazy. Try to stay calm. But I feel like I think communication this month is going to be really important for you, and it's going to help to heal a relationship. So whether you're healing a current relationship that's going through a difficult time, or whether you're trying to reach out to somebody new, you have to communicate. Don't be afraid to communicate, because it's going to change things for you, and it's going to make things improve. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces, and I want to say thank you if you did enjoy the reading, leave a comment in the description box. Click on the like button. Click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website if you want a private reading. Thank you for supporting this channel. If you'd like to, leave a comment if this reading resonated with you. I like to hear all the comments. I like to read the comments. So I hope you've been enjoying these videos. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for supporting this channel. And have a wonderful July. You have some things are completing, and you have this opportunity for a new beginning that can bring joy and fun back into your life. So don't miss that opportunity. Take action. Get off the fence. Speak your mind. Communicate. And bring in all this, good energy. And I will talk to you again next month. Have a wonderful July. Okay, bye now.